Some good coffee. Hey, whoa, look at this. What is this? We're looking at the Horten 229 today. Let's hop right into it. Alright, so this is a premium tier 8 light fighter plane, German wing design awesomeness, right? I believe this is a Horten version V1. If you look at the historical photos of like a Horten V3, which is the only in existence plane right now, it was captured by the Allies, by the Americans after World War II. It looks slightly different. So I'm assuming this is like the first iteration of that. The V3 has, the engines are slightly higher, it looks. Anyway, this is a tier 8 premium fighter that you can get in-game as long as you complete all the missions. Unfortunately, unfortunately for this mission, but fortunately for my sanity, I'm on vacation for 2 weeks to end June. Yes, thank you very much. And I wasn't going to have the time to grind out the full grind, so I actually had to use some certificates. But I got 2/3 of the way through the grind in less than a week. So it can be done. It takes some freaking time, and it takes some patience, and it takes a wide range of planes to actually complete it. Today we're just going to be simply looking at gameplay and why I recommend going for the plane. I'm going to say first and foremost, before you even view anybody's gameplay on the Horten 229, it doesn't matter how much it sucks or how good it is. It's a free tier 8 premium plane, meaning you're going to make pretty good silver with this plane pretty often. If you've got a premium account, you're going to be pulling around 200 to 250,000 silver every game on average. You're going to have games below that, you're going to have games above it, but just on average. And if you don't have a premium account, you're still going to be making significant amount of silver. And again, you can get this for free. It's not quite the same free that the Vampire was. The missions for the Vampire don't expire, whereas the missions for the Horten end June 30th, I believe, or it's close to the end of this month anyway. So you've got a timeline that you need to hit to get the Horten. That being said, I recommend getting this plane. It's been a lot of fun. It's different. Now, I've heard some comparisons to like J8M. From a metric standpoint, they look different enough to where even if you've got a J8M, this would be different. And to me, it's a fun plane. Now, I've built it for speed, and the reason being is the maneuverability is pretty poor anyway, and so you're going to be playing this much like you would a heavy fighter, actually, and you're going to see that in gameplay today. So I've got the accuracy gyroscopic sight. I have the improved polished skin, and then I've also got the uprated engine and the high-speed gas turbine. I want this to go as fast as it can because I'm not going to be able to get out of trouble by outmaneuvering anybody. Even most multi-rolls, not even like the tourney ones like the J7s and the Yak 9Us. This plane can't outturn basically any multi-roll, so I'd rather just have the speed and get myself out of trouble, and if I'm keeping my momentum, I can even get away from trouble that might have speed too. I do have the first aid dressing, as I always do. Right now I've got the emergency control system. This is a pretty big airframe, right? And so I assume that the wings will get knocked out pretty often. So I've got that on here. I might change it out for the pneumatic control assist, but I'm just not sure it'll come in handy enough considering how poor the maneuverability is anyway. I do have the engine cooling because again for this plane I need that speed, and I think once I specialize it, I'll go with the improved control mixture. The engines don't seem to get knocked out very often at all, at least not in my playstyle, so I don't think we need a manual engine restart. Universal ammunition, of course, because you just should. It's well worth whatever the amount of silver is, whether you've got a premium account or not. World Warplanes economy is pretty nice, especially for someone like me coming from World of Tanks, where it's not nice at all. So spending 10,000 on universal ammunition is worth it. You're going to get a lot more bang for your buck than just keeping the free ammo. So that's how I've got the plane set up. I recommended on stream when I streamed this on last Wednesday. The guns are really far set off, so a lot of the other 30s that you see in game. So for instance, for a light fighter at tier 10, we've got the Swift, which has two 30s right on the cowling, and the Key 162. It's even closer together. But you go from that to how wide the Horten is. It's pretty wide. You can actually, if you're heading on a Horten, not that I recommend you heading on any plane, especially light fighter, you can actually turn sideways and the guns will miss your wings and miss your fuselage if he's aiming straight at you. And you can kind of dive away. So keep that in mind. They're very wide. They're very good at taking down bombers and heavy fighters, things that can't outmaneuver it, things that are big and fat. But those skinny, wily little planes, these 30s miss quite a bit unless they're going at an angle. So definitely keep that in mind when you're attacking. Keep that in mind when you're being attacked by one. Yeah, it just looks cool. I mean, I like the canopy sliding back. It looks very futuristic, right? So yeah, let's get stuck in some gameplay. Let's take a look and see what we can do with this particular plane. Alright, Tier 8 battle. We've got a Horten on the enemy team, got a bomber on our team, bomber on their team. Let's get to it. Of course, I like the look of this plane. That's why I'm pretty excited for the higher tier American bombers. Let's see how it goes. Let's get up high. Wasn't able to be up very high last battle. Get up above 500 miles an hour pretty quickly. One thing I do notice on it is that a lot of planes have pretty significant wide window of like the yellow that you're in as far as speed is concerned. This one doesn't, so I mean it caps out at like 540 or 535 miles an hour, but it doesn't get into yellow until like 480 it feels like, so I'll check that out a little bit more. We got 262 coming in, which you never want to head on a 262. Really, no matter what plane you're in, much less a light fighter, right? F7F, but I can outmaneuver a 262, so let's go ahead and do that. One of the few planes in the game that I can. See if we can get these guns on target. Clearly we can, which is always pretty helpful this early on. Let's see if we can get this ground pounder before they pound the ground too much. Nice. Alright. Can I get on target? No, I can't. That's okay, we'll get this one. We have really wide turns, right? And you're gonna notice I'm gonna feather these guns. Oh, don't crash, Postal. Sweet baby Jesus. You have to feather these guns. They just, they overheat way too quickly. Now the only time I'm really gonna hold down the trigger is if I know that I've only got a couple more seconds, like that kind of situation. But otherwise, I just tap, tap, tap into tap, and the guns will do their damage. You just have to be patient. This plane is all about patience, and so if you're not in a patient mood, this probably isn't a plane that you want to play. There's times I play this plane and I'm like, oh my god, nope, can't deal with the guns. They are pretty temperamental, I guess would be the word I'm going to use for it. Got Tomas coming this way. Oh, better safe than sorry when you're heading on a frickin' 262, right? Pretty good range on these guns. Remember correctly, in the high 2000s or so. But you want to be going for planes like a 262 because they're not going to outmaneuver you. Like you can see there. You can tear up some lighter aircraft, multi-rolls and light fighters. Just be prepared for them to be moving. So, come on. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not holding down anything. I'm just tap, tap, tappity tap. What do we got here? Oh, enemy ho. And if I overdo it, I'm going to regret it. These guns are going to overheat significantly. If you look at the heat up on the left-hand side, it's basically 3 shots. If I held it down, it'd be 3 shots and they would be done. Let's get this 265. Kind of a wannabe Horten. Slowing down because I want to get behind him. Now I'm holding down the trigger. Thank you. Engine doesn't get knocked out all that often in this play, but I mean, if you're sitting behind a frickin' ground pounder and letting him tear you up, of course you're gonna come to regret it. But I knew that I didn't have any enemies like on me at the time. I guess I'm gonna nope. Got a Yak 9U, which you never really want to be going head on against, but I want to get rid of him. I can deal with the F7F. Hello, thank you. I got the Horten again. And I've got my plane built for speed, so he'd have to outmaneuver me, which a lot of people, for whatever reason, think they can outmaneuver other people. And I knocked out his engine, so this would be the time to get him. Somebody else will get him anyway. And I'm going to hold down the trigger here because I know that I'm just going to be doing a pass, and I'll continue on. So let's continue on. I want to continue to defend this area because they've got the mining facility, so we need to hang on to and keep hanging on to this zone. Yeah, I'm coming at a funky angle that I do not like. Is somebody going to kill this guy? Do I have to be the one to kill him? You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Thank you. Let's use our boost. We need to go up and get some bombers. Which are very, very high up. Unfortunately, one of them's a B-32, so I don't know if we'll be able to get up quick enough to actually do anything to Mr. Jacobs here. But we're gonna find out. Nope, too late. Hopefully he's paying attention to that plane that's up near him. He probably thinks that that's the one that's doing all the damage to him. But that's okay. Trying to pump out some shots here. Nice. Alright, let's get this other light fighter, whatever the heck he is. It's at Horten again. Let's head on down. My engine's got knocked out again. Pretty funny. Haven't had that issue until the last 2 games, actually. Luckily we're way above him. Can't see him, of course. But at least we don't have to worry about him with my engines being knocked out. Oh man, I was hoping to get him. With my engines being knocked out, we don't have to worry about him coming up to us since we were all the way up. Thank you. Gonna probably just boost past this guy. So we'll hold down the trigger and keep on rolling. Do the boost and do the flip over, and let's go get this friggin' zero. We can knock some of these guys out. We've got some heavy fighters down here, so I'd like to think that somebody's dropped some sort of ground armament. Q. Hey, we've got it. Alright, so who's behind us? Oh, shoot. He's not paying attention. Guys, you gotta pay attention to your maps. This guy should have friggin' knocked me out of the game.
That's it. There's no way to break through for you now. You're on your own. Step it up. We're losing.
But if you're not gonna, you're gonna regret it. Somebody's gonna be paying more attention to you if you're not. Like, I'm completely focused on him right now. I probably should be looking at the map as well. But I just knew that there wasn't too much around me. Hold down the trigger because of the wonderful things that does. Let's boost up. Let's get this 262 if we can. Get us out of this low altitude funk that we're in right now. Don't like being at low altitude in this plane. Come on. Dang it. Alright, let's get our boost on. We'll follow this 262, protect our zone while we can. Patience is a virtue, they tell me. I'd like to knock out a wing or an engine or something. There we go. Let's get to the center. We've got the mining facility, which is really good. Let's try to get to the center at this point. Knocked out a decent amount of their planes. It's going to be a freaking close one though, isn't it? This plane is not very good at attacking these kind of fighters, but it is what it is. The good thing is, as long as I get a couple hits, I just got to get a couple hits. Let him burn. Just flying through the center here, holding down the trigger because that's all I need to do. Keep on keeping on, and we're going to make a really wide turn and flip it around. Yeah, that 0 coming after me, but that's fine. We're going to go after this 0. Didn't work out. Shoot. Is anybody paying attention to me? Good. Zeros are just such pains in the butts because they're too wiggly. Of course, it's no good if I hit my mouse against the frickin' side of my keyboard. We're failing here at the end. Man, completely failed at the end there. Really frustrating. But that's on me, right? I should have been aiming a little bit further out. But it shows you what you can do with a Horten. Unfortunately, defeat, but a really good plane put in the right circumstances. Unfortunately, fighting turn fighters is not the right circumstances, but it be what it be. Probably would have been best for me to go down here and actually kill those 2 multi-rolls. It's a shame. Let's head on back. Alright, so 16 frags, defeat. Unfortunately, I made a huge mistake on my tactic at the end there, but you can see the potential of this particular plane. 18,505 personal points, a lot of good defense there. I made almost 300,000 silver. Without a premium account, you would be making basically 200,000 silver, and to be honest, I've noticed without a premium account, you're basically going to be making anywhere between 125 and 150,000 on average per game in this particular plane. So just another reason why you want to get it. Again, it's completely free plane, right? So why wouldn't you want to get it? Yeah, so hopefully this gives you some insight into what you're aiming for here and why you want to get this plane. You need to exercise patience, though. These 30s, I mean, you saw, I mean, it was like 3 shots would kill a 262. I mean, that's freaking awesome, right? Problem is they need a hit. I think I spent like almost a minute trailing that 262 at the end there because I didn't want to lose the comm center. And you saw what they were doing at the very, very end there when I wasn't able to flip the center because they couldn't hit a 0 for my life. I clearly should have gone after those 2 multi-rolls. We would have had a better chance of winning the game. But this is a really fun plane. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I don't regret getting it by any means or pushing to get it. I highly recommend everybody try to. And it's unique too. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot of them out there for a while, but I kind of think we're going to see them for a little while. Even after the event's done and everybody's earned them, I think these will be one of those planes that you see relatively often being flown by players because it's a lot of fun. So yeah, right now I've got 3 Tier 8 premium light fighters. P80A was the only one I had to actually truly purchase. Had to spend I forget if it was 15. I think it was the row right above the 15, like 20 bucks or whatever it was, 24 maybe on this. And then got the vampire for completely free. So you got completely free, half free, but you can get this for completely free. I'm just on vacation. And then, I got this on discount, but definitely not free. Yeah, so it's completely 3 different aircraft, completely different styles. So it's one of the reasons I wanted to get this, because I knew it was going to be different than the other 2. Hope this gives you some insight, what you can look forward to. Again, I'm going to tell you, I recommend going for it. Even if you don't like the plane itself, at least you've got a free Tier 8 premium, and you'll probably regret not getting it. There's been a couple Tier 8 premiums I didn't get that I could have gotten for free, and I wish I had put forth some more effort into doing that. I believe when this video actually posts, you should have about 2 weeks left to try to knock out the Horten 229. Do what you can to do it. If you can, that's awesome. If you can't, I'm sorry, but try. I recommend it. It's a great plane. It's a fun plane. I'm not going to say it's a great plane. Let me back those words up. It's a fun plane as long as you can exercise some caution, some patience, and know your strengths and weaknesses. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry to VBAT that I took the bats off of it, but I wanted to be unique. And they don't have monkey insignias, so I got a top hat. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.